Hi trainers! Today I'll be guiding you through one of the choosable starters, Talonflame. Even if Talonflame wasn't your starter, this guide should still help anyone who wants to learn how to play Talonflame well. In this guide we're going through Talonflame's moves, movesets and combos, builds, pros and cons, and there'll be tips throughout the video. I'm Teets, I've been a MOBA player for over 9 years and my goal is to help you become the very best like no one ever was. I will have all starter guides linked down in the comments below. Let's fly into it. Talonflame is a physical based attacker and is in the speedster role. Speedsters are like assassins. Talonflame has melee moves and I consider to be easy to play. I suggest using Talonflame in the central area where you'll be farming wild Pokemon, grabbing buffs and rotating between lanes. For its moves, Talonflame's passive, Gale Wings. While at high health, movement speed is increased, so the more health you have, the faster you are. Talonflame's basic attack becomes boosted with every third attack, creating a whirlwind that deals damage to enemies in the area of effect. This boosted attack remains readied even after you leave combat for a long time. Here is its basic attack chain: basic, basic, boosted, and again, basic, basic, boosted. All of your basics can hit multiple areas in the area with your boosted attack doing like a circle damage around you. You want to basic attack as much as you can as Talonflame during your fights. The first two moves you have as Talonflame is Acrobatics and Peck. I would suggest picking up Acrobatics first with an 8-second cooldown. Has Talonflame fly towards the area and attack multiple times. You can then escape in a direction of your choice after using this move. To escape in a direction after, on the Switch all you have to do is hold your left joystick in a direction of your choice. I'm sure they will also make it simple for mobile use. Here's a side-by-side comparison of what it looks like when you hold the joystick in one direction and when you don't hold it in a direction at all. As a jungler for the team, if you're playing Talonflame in the central area, when you run out of base, you want to have this move out already. Just aim it in the direction you're facing so you can dash through to the Lillipup right away. You can then upgrade Acrobatics into either of these two moves. First we have Fly with an 11-second cooldown. Talonflame flies up into the sky. You can also go over obstacles with this move. If you use it again, you will dive into a designated area and deal damage to any enemies under you. You can end this move earlier by pressing the button again and it will still do the full damage. Your next attack after using this move is also boosted. At level 13, Pokemon will also be knocked up when this move hits them. This move deals a ton of damage and it's also great to use to chase targets and escape. The other move option is Brave Bird with a 10-second cooldown. Talonflame dives into the designated location, dealing damage to enemy Pokemon in the area of effect. This will also hurt you when it hits a target. At level 13, this move reduces the damage received when this move hits, so Talonflame will take less damage when it hits an enemy target. If you use a boosted attack within a set amount of time after this move hits, it will reset the cooldown of your other two moves, but we'll talk about that after. During this move, you are unstoppable. I really like this move, I just don't like the recoil damage that you take when using this move. Talonflame is very squishy, so it can get taken down pretty easily. However, I do really like this move, it deals a ton of damage, and the range of it is incredibly long. I find it to be a great move to surprise enemies with it, and it also does go through walls. It's good to note that with Brave Bird there is a little bit of an animation before you use it, which means you need to use it earlier if you're using it as an escape, or just time your ganks differently. Your other starter move is Peck with a 5-second cooldown. Talonflame flies towards an enemy Pokemon and attacks it 3 times. Very simple move, you can also use this through walls. You have 2 move choices when upgrading. First we have Aerial Ace with a 6-second cooldown. Talonflame flies to the designated area attacking any targetable Pokemon. This deals damage and your next basic attack after this move is a boosted attack. At level 13, this move deals increased damage. The other move choice is Flame Charge with a 6.5-second cooldown. Talonflame dashes in the designated direction attacking enemy Pokemon in its path. Also increases your movement speed for a short time. At level 13, for a short time after this move hits, your moves and basic attacks partially ignore the target's defenses. Personally, I feel like both moves are fine to use, however I prefer Aerial Ace a lot more because it does have a slightly shorter cooldown and it also gives you a boosted attack right away, which I think synergizes better with other moves. Both of these moves can go through walls, but with Aerial Ace you will need a target. Lastly, we have Talonflame's Unite move, Flame Sweep. Talonflame performs a little somersault before charging forward, dealing damage to enemy Pokemon in this move's path and shoving them. This move is super long range, so it's great to use to push enemies against walls, into fights, or far away from objectives. It's good to know that this Unite move does not go through walls. Okay, let's get into the combos and movesets. The first 2 moves you get as Talonflame is Peck and Acrobatics. You can use Acrobatics to jump on your target. Remember that if you push your left joystick or the mobile equivalent, you can dash in a direction when this move ends. If you want to commit to the fight, try dashing behind them or towards their goal zones, since that's the way enemies will usually run away if they want to disengage from the fight. After that, you can use your basic attacks and then follow it with Peck if they manage to get out of your range. So basically it's Acrobatics, Basics, Peck. My preferred moveset with Talonflame is Fly and Aerial Ace. I like to engage with Aerial Ace, use my basics as many times as I need, and then use Fly to either escape if needed or chase the target if I cannot take them down. So the combo for this moveset is Aerial Ace, basics, Fly if needed. You can also engage with Fly since it does a ton of damage, but you just have to make sure you can safely get out since Talonflame is just pretty easy to take down. Another moveset option that I like is Brave Bird and Aerial Ace. Brave Bird resets the cooldown of Aerial Ace or Flame Charge if you use a boosted attack after using this move. This only happens once every time you use the move. This works better with Aerial Ace because Aerial Ace gives you a boosted attack after use. So you can Brave Bird in, basic, Aerial Ace, basics, Aerial Ace again. You can keep the second Aerial Ace for when enemies try to retreat. For the move Flame Charge, I can't really find a viable moveset with it. While Brave Bird does reset its cooldown, it takes careful planning or it just takes a bit too long since Flame Charge does not give you a boosted basic attack after use, so you do have to build that boosted basic attack either before you use the combo or during the combo. You can use this with Fly, but I recommend using one of the above two instead. Okay, now let's get into the builds. Please keep in mind that builds might change depending on if they make any changes to the items. I will let you know in the pinned comment down below if the build is changed. First we have is Muscle Band. This item will make your basic attack stronger, and Talonflame uses a lot of basic attacks. Then we have Buddy Barrier. After using your Unite move, this item will give you a shield and one other ally with the lowest health. It can save you and an ally, keeping you both in the fight. If you want more damage, Scope Lens. This item increases your crit rate and crit attack damage. If you want more survivability, you can swap out Scope Lens for Focus Band. This item can come in clutch situations and even in mid-fight when you get low. For battle items, I recommend Eject Button. You can use this in combination with some of your moves, use it to chase/engage or disengage from fights. Here are some extra tips and tricks for Talonflame. If you need to get out, you can also use Aerial Ace as an escape. You will just need wild Pokemon around you. If an enemy is chasing you, you can use wild Pokemon to further the distance between you and the enemy. Just make sure you aim your Aerial Ace to get away from enemies. You need wild Pokemon to do this because Aerial Ace cannot be used if there is no target. Tip number 2, if you have the battle item Eject Button, you can make effective use of Eject Button during Fly and your Unite move. Here's an example with Fly. Here's an example with the Unite move. Since you cannot go through walls with the Unite move, you can use the Eject Button to go through the wall during your Unite move. A way to use this in combat is that you can use this to push enemies far away from Zapdos by Eject Buttoning from the top closed wall and then into the enemies to get them away from Zapdos. You can also use Fly to get over huge walls like this one. You will not take damage in Fly, and you can use Fly to steal objectives. Lastly, we have the pros and cons. First, the pros: high damage, quick and fast attacks, high mobility, easier time chasing down targets, can score sneaky points easier than others and get out. And the cons: needs an understanding of when to go in, needs an understanding of how and when to disengage from fights, very squishy so it can get easily taken down. It does play the central role, which I think is harder for beginners to play, so central roles, if that's not something you feel confident in yet, maybe not try the speedster role just yet because Talonflame's laning is just not that great. Okay, so that's it for the Talonflame starter guide. A huge welcome to all the new players joining us in Pokemon Unite. I also have all the other starter guides for other Pokemon as well, and other beginner guides and strategies for those who want a deeper dive into Pokemon Unite. I will be making in-depth guides for all Pokemon as well, but the next guides will be focused on helping new players understand their starter so they can jump right into the games. Subscribe and click the bell for more Pokemon Unite guides, news and gameplays. Liking the video would really help me out. Thank you so much for watching, trainers. Bye!